Yo, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now this is going to be a real quick one, and honestly, I was going to do a toy review today, another review for the next X-Men Marvel Legend figure, but I ran behind with other things, with some stuff with the websites behind the scenes, and so I just ran out of time today. It's also my anniversary with my wife, my 19th anniversary, so I'm going to be going out this evening to celebrate that with her. So it's just, I ran short on time today. So I figured we had a couple of reveals today on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive front. So I thought I would shoot this video just to kind of update you guys on that. I'm sure you've seen probably images on the websites or floating around social media. But again, I thought I would just recap everything we know to date on both of these sets. So one is in regards to DC Multiverse figures from Mattel, and the other is in regards to Marvel Legends from Hasbro. And so we'll start off talking about the Mattel DC Multiverse set. So this is going to be a 3-pack that they're doing, and this is 6-inch figures, and it's going to feature classic versions of Aquaman, Black Manta, and the Ocean Master. Now, all 3 of these figures, I believe, are just repaints of previously released DC figures that Mattel has done previously. They've done all 3 of these characters in the DC line, and so I believe these are just repaints of those figures. I do kind of like some of the paint decos I'm seeing on these figures, especially like the Black Manta, but as for the figures themselves, I don't think there's any new sculpting or anything with these. Now, the set is going to come in fancy packaging. That's what these San Diego Comic-Con exclusive sets are generally known for, is the packaging. So the packaging is going to recreate the cover of the classic Aquaman number 35, which was originally published back in 1968. And this set is going to cost $60, which, you know, is $20 a figure, 3 figures, so that's pretty much would be the going price. So it's a $60 set. What I don't know exactly is whether this set will be made available in any way after Comic-Con. You know, it used to be that Mattel would put their exclusives up on MattyCollector.com, which is no longer around. They still do have a store where they sell some stuff, but I don't know if they've ever put any Comic-Con exclusives on there. I don't recall what they did last year. I can't remember off the top of my head. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember what they did as a Comic-Con exclusive last year for Multiverse. But I have reached out to Mattel to see if I could get additional information, and if or when I hear back from them, I'll be sure to update you guys on Toy News International. They also announced today that they're doing a Hot Wheels set for DC Comics, so if you're a fan of Hot Wheels, you might want to check this one out. This basically recreates the cover to Action Comics #1 with Superman. It's going to cost $20. It comes with a car and a little figurine of Superman and such, and again, it's done made to look like the cover of Action Comics #1. Okay, now on to the Marvel Legend front. So this one, I don't have a lot of details. This is kind of weird. So what happened today is this morning at some point, the Hollywood Reporter website put up this story about the Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but then shortly after took it down. Now the image still remains up. This image that we're seeing here still remains up on their Twitter account, but I never actually got to see the story itself, so I didn't get to read any details. I don't know if there were other images. This is the only image that people seem to have captured and been circulating. So, and again, it is still up on their Twitter feed where they actually link to the story, but then when you click on the story, it just takes you to a dead page. So for whatever reason, they apparently pulled the story. I guess somebody jumped the gun and maybe it wasn't supposed to go live today. I don't know. But for whatever reason, we just have essentially this image right now and no other details about this set. But what we can see from this image is that they're going to be doing a Marvel Legends 6-inch Netflix box set. And that's kind of keeping with Marvel's theme this year, because Marvel, if you haven't heard, actually is not going to have really any movie presence at Comic-Con this year. There's not going to be any big Hall H presentation for movies like Captain Marvel and such this year. They are basically just going to be pushing the Netflix TV series at Comic-Con this year, so I guess that may be why Hasbro is doing this set. I don't know for sure, but again, it's kind of in keeping with what we're going to be seeing in general from Marvel this year at San Diego Comic-Con. So the box set, and a lot of you seem to be kind of disappointed about this set, but it is going to allow us to round out the remaining member of the Defenders with Iron Fist. So that's probably the coolest figure about this box set, is we will be getting Iron Fist. We will also be getting a Colleen Wig figure. So a lot of us, including myself, had speculated when we saw the Luke Cage 2-pack, the Walmart exclusive Luke Cage 2-pack the other week, that maybe we would get a similar 2-pack with Iron Fist and Colleen Wig. So I'm still thinking that might happen down the road, but first of all, we're going to get the 2 in the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set. And then also included in this set is going to be another Luke Cage figure, and this looks to be the exact same Luke Cage figure that we're getting in that Walmart 2-pack, only now he's going to have a red t-shirt as opposed to the yellow. And then we're getting a new Daredevil figure, and from what I can tell, it's the exact same Daredevil we got before, only now you're going to get an additional unmasked Matt Murdock head. And then finally, we're getting an updated Jessica Jones figure, which looks like basically they've given her a sleeveless shirt and she's no longer wearing her leather jacket. So overall, the most exciting figure to me is the Iron Fist figure, because now we'll be able to round out the Defenders. And the others, I think they could have definitely done some extra things maybe to make this a little more appealing. Like the Luke Cage figure, if they'd given him like a soft goods hoodie that you could put on the figure, I think that would have been a cool added touch. I can't really say that I'm dying to have a second Luke Cage figure in a red shirt. The yellow shirt is his iconic look, so I think if people have to choose, they're going to definitely go with the one in the Walmart 2-pack as opposed to the one in this Comic-Con exclusive set. And then the Daredevil figure, I think it would have been cool if they'd given us a civilian Matt Murdock. And then if you wanted to, you could have popped the head off on that and put the unmasked head on your already purchased Daredevil figure. Even if they had just taken like that chameleon mold with the suit and put the unmasked Matt Murdock head on, I think that would have been kind of cooler than just giving us the same Daredevil figure that we already got. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure Hasbro went this route to keep costs down, which is why they, aren't really doing any new sculpts. Even like the Colleen Wig, from what I can tell from this image, it looks like it's using that Jubilee Build-A-Figure mold. And I'm basing that on the gap itch that I'm seeing there with the legs, and she is a little bit on the short side. So, the Iron Fist figure, again, is probably the most unique figure in this set. And like I said before, I would not be surprised at all if down the road we see a 2-pack with Colleen and Iron Fist, or Iron Fist released in a separate wave or something. But a lot of times with these Comic-Con exclusive sets, we see these figures get reissued. If you caught my review yesterday of the Gladiator figure, that was originally offered a couple years ago in a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. So, that's a perfect example of how this often goes with these Comic-Con exclusives. Now, I am about 99.9% sure that this set will be released along with all the other San Diego Comic-Con exclusives on the Hasbro Toy Shop sometime after San Diego Comic-Con. So if you're not attending the convention, you will likely have a shot at this set. Now, right now, Hasbro listed the Star Wars exclusives that they previously announced on the website. They're not available for purchase or anything, but they do say that they will be available on August 13th. Now, I would take that date with a grain of salt. They might not release all the exclusives at the same time, or I'm pretty sure last year they announced a date kind of like this, but then they ended up releasing figures, putting them up for purchase earlier, and people kind of ran and they quickly sold out and everything, but it caught people by surprise. And then they later put more up, and I think a few different times they kind of restocked, but they initially ended up putting them up earlier than what they had originally said. So 8/13, I would say we'll probably see them as the latest, but we might even see them listed on there even earlier. Now, just to recap, San Diego Comic-Con takes place starting July 18th and runs through the 22nd. Now, I don't have a price on this set. That was probably something in the original story, and again, I didn't catch because the story got pulled so quickly. So I don't know exactly how much it's going to cost, so I'm guessing probably 5 figures. It's going to cost in the neighborhood of $120, maybe a little bit more since it's a Comic-Con exclusive. I'm sure the packaging will be done up like we often see with these Comic-Con exclusives. So again, we haven't seen the images for that. Hopefully in the next day or so, we'll get those final details and images of the packaging and everything, and maybe that will impress people a little bit more once they see the packaging for the set. Like I said, I like it. I like it. I like getting Iron Fist finally, definitely. Even though I think we'll probably get Iron Fist again down the road, I don't mind going on and picking him up in this set. I do think that, like I said before, Hasbro could have done a few things additional to maybe make the set a little more impressive. But, you know, there you go. I'm sure they will still sell these in pretty good numbers. Also, because I've seen some of you ask, you know, will this be it for Marvel as far as Comic-Con exclusives from Hasbro? And my guess is no. I don't know if we'll get any more 6-inch figures. Used to be, you know, we would get 6-inch, 3 3/4 inch, 12-inch, but they've kind of, you know, I'm not sure we're going to be getting any more 12-inch figures, and, you know, 3 3/4 inch has been kind of, you know, on life support. So last year, I don't think, if I recall correctly, they didn't do a 3 3/4 inch set. So I can't imagine they're only going to do one Marvel set, but I don't know what else could be coming. But I do think something else will be coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing that originally announced Toys R Us exclusive Sentinel Days of Future Past set. I could see that ending up being released as a Comic-Con exclusive, maybe shared with online retailers like Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store. So I could see that as well, something like that. But I feel pretty confident there'll be something released, whether it's 12-inch, 3 3/4 inch, more 6-inch, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about today. Just leave it in the comments section below. No Q&A today, being this is really just kind of a short video that I threw up in the last minute. But next full-on news video, I will do another Q&A. And should be getting back to my X-Men Marvel Legend review starting tomorrow. So please be sure to check that. If you didn't check out yesterday's review, also please be sure to do that. And also on Saturdays, still looking for you guys to check out that WWE Macho Man Retro Fest figure review. I know there's got to be more wrestling fans out there. So if you are a wrestling fan, please check out that review I posted on Saturday. So until next time, as always, you know, like the video if you're so inclined. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, you can follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch accounts. I have links to all those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later.